Hello, and welcome to Healy Fit with your instructor, Jen. For more, please subscribe, like, or select notifications. Today, I have a Pilates practice for you focusing on your obliques, those side abdominal muscles. We are affectionately going to call them our love muffins. So let's get right into it, starting into all fours, rounding up into the back, and then opening up along the belly. So going into your yoga cat cow, just a few arches up into the back, and then a few releases down into the abdomen. Good. Let's do that 2 more times. Really scoop up and in, pull the navel towards the spine, and then release rib cage from hips. Tucking everything in and then bringing it down. All right, let's take fingertips up to temple. Open the elbow up to the sky. Nice twist along the thoracic into the middle back. Open, 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 and then squeeze elbow down towards wrist. Good. So you're getting that full twist along the outer edges of your abdomen. Good. Open, open, open. Pull back in through center, and then let's switch sides. Good. Right hand up to the sky, elbow up, and then elbow down towards wrist. Go ahead, lift, 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 and then squeeze. Good. Now, every time you bring the elbow down towards the wrist, nice big exhale. Let's go one more. And then bring yourself back into your tabletop. Let's start to float the knees. So push into the hands, spread your shoulders across your back, and then release the knees down towards the mat. So we're just kind of bracing into the core, lifting the knees, releasing the knees, and then letting the belly kind of relax just a little bit as the knees touch the mat. Good. Spread the shoulders across the back, brace the core, lift the knees, hold, and then let's twist side to side. Good. Just going to the range of motion that feels good for you. Let's start with the other direction. Good. Twisting to the right, center, left, center, and drop. Let's do that one more time each way. Lift, left, center, right, center, and drop. Switch sides. Lift up, right, center, left, center, and drop. Let's sit back into a child's pose, stretching all of that out. From your arms, reach all the way back to the tailbone, sitting hips towards heels, lengthening from your shoulders down to your hips. Awesome. Rising back up into tabletop. Take your right elbow down to the floor. Press into your left hand. Left leg back. Let's lift that left leg up and down. Good. Just going to the height that feels right for you while you can still keep that core brace, navel towards spine, pulling your belly button up and in away from your waistband. Lifting the leg up, keeping everything strong along your foundational line. Good. Length from hips to toes. Good. And now that we're into our workout, we're going to add a few more reps. So 8 is going to be our magic number of repetitions for each exercise today. Now we're going to bring knee towards shoulder and then extend the leg back. Good. So squeeze shoulder towards hip, hip towards shoulder, and then extend the leg back. Good. Now by looking towards the knee, you can get just a little twinge more work into those outer obliques. Reach, reach, reach. Pull in, reach, reach, reach. Good, just a few more here. And then let's twist that right leg out to the side. Left leg is going to come down towards the mat. Left arm all the way up to the sky. Let's thread through. Left arm through right elbow, right knee. Reach, reach, reach. Now, if you really want to get into the intensity, you could also extend that bottom leg back, coming into a side plank. But I'm going to show you this lighter intensity option, side plank from kneeling, reaching the arm up to the sky, exhaling, threading through bottom arm and bottom leg. Awesome. Almost there. Keep going, keep going. And then reach, arm up overhead, leg up towards your hip line, and then exhale, elbow in towards knee. Good. Again, pulling shoulder towards hip, and then hip towards shoulder. Now, if you bring your leg down, you're getting more extension into the outer obliques, and that's going to mean more muscle flexion on the way up. So your muscle has to work more from that stretched response. Let's do a few more here. Elbow towards knee, flexing along that outer oblique line. Crunch in and release out. Crunch in and release out. Let's come back onto all fours. And then let's stretch that leg that was our supporting leg. So right leg towards the front into your pigeon. Go ahead, elevating. You could also recline your pigeon, kind of relaxing the torso over that front leg, whatever feels good for you. Go ahead, one more big deep breath in and out. Let's come into a child's pose. Knees bent, hips towards heels, arms to the front edge of the mat. Awesome. From here, we're going to move into the other side. So take a few more long, deep breaths. And then come back into your tabletop. Drop your left elbow down this time. Extend your right leg. And let's start with those leg lifts just up and down. Good. Core braced, belly button in towards the spine. Eye gaze towards the front edge of the mat. So we've got length along the neckline as well. Keeping the chest elevated from the floor. And then just lifting up to where you still feel that core connection. Awesome. Let's do one more. Hold and then flex knee towards shoulder, looking back towards that knee, and then extend nice and long to the back of the room. Go ahead, pull in and extend back. Pull in and extend up and back. Let's go for 4 more. Exhale as you pull the knee towards the shoulder. Last 2. And let's go for 1 more. Awesome. Flip that bottom leg around. Top arm up to the sky. Reach, reach, reach. And let's do that thread through. Good, so right arm up to the sky, twist it through, bottom arm, bottom leg. Exhaling as you do, pulling your belly button back towards your spine with each exhale. Reach, and then twist. Almost there. Good, let's hold this next one up. Reach the leg, extend the arm overhead, and we're going to bring that elbow towards knee. Pull, 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 and then extend. Fantastic. Let's do 4 more. And 3. Last 2. Last 1. Awesome. Back into all fours. Let's stretch the supporting leg, bringing it through. Now you could have your back leg extended into that pigeon pose, or you could tuck it in into more of a hurdler. Listen to your body, whatever feels right for you. Fix your hair, of course, if need be. We've got a few more deep breaths before we progress forward. Awesome. Let's bring the legs around to the front here. We're going to extend the legs nice and long, unfold the knees, lift the chest, brace the belly, and we're going to kind of bow and arrow like. Arms reach out to the front, and then we pull one elbow towards the back of the room. Good. Exhaling as you twist, trying to get as much movement along the mid-back as you can. Good. So really working into spinal mobility and oblique stability. It's all right if your heels shift forward one at a time just a little bit. Looking towards the back elbow kind of helps you with that rotational movement. Light backward lean gets the core engaged a little bit more. All right, let's change it up just a little bit. We're going to bring it down towards the mat. Good, so just bring it down as far as feels right for you. Reaching the arms out to the front and then exhaling to twist, elbow down towards the mat. Good, so leaning back a little bit more this round. This is really going to stimulate more into the core, more into that central abdomen, into the rectus abdominis, as well as those outer ab muscles, your obliques. Almost there. One more each side. And then let's come down to both elbows. So reach your hands by your hips, drop down to your elbows, lift your chest, pull your navel in towards your spine, back away from the waistband. And let's lift one leg up to the sky and then pull the heel down towards the floor. Good, so here I have my right leg lifting and then pulling the heel down towards the floor, lifting through the quad and then pulling down through the hamstring. Keep the chest lifted just like it's being harnessed up towards the sky. Eye gaze through the eyebrows towards the ceiling. Shoulders spread, this time across the front of the body, so you've got length along the collarbone. Let's go for one more, and then kind of hover the foot at the hip line, bring the toes out to the side, and then squeeze back towards the midline. Good, open, 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 and then squeeze back towards center. Good, just going to the range of motion that feels right for your body. It's challenging, but not inaccessible. Good, so just like all our mind-body practices, we're trying to find that point where we are working. We've got two more, but we're not causing strain or pain into the muscle. Let's do this last one, and then switch sides. All right, so right leg. Before we go into it, let's stretch. Good, opening up into those shoulders. So that spread across the shoulders kind of pinches into the back. We're giving those shoulders a nice big stretch along the upper back here. As you come back down to your elbows, right leg lifts, or whichever one you didn't do before. Make sure you've got the chest lifted, the abs braced, navel pulled towards spine, length along the collarbone, and length along the neck too. So you want to make sure your chin is lifted up from your chest. That's where that eye gaze between the eyebrows or up towards the sky is imperative to keep that length along the neck and throat. Last two. Good, last one. And then bring that foot down to about the hip line. Open the leg out to the side. And then squeeze back towards your center line. Good, a few more just like that. Good, keeping everything from your hips to your crown nice and strong, stable line. Resetting whenever you need to. Checking in with your core, with length across the chest, with your neck alignment. We've got two more. Fantastic, last one. And let's come all the way down to the mat next. So pull your back down towards the floor, reach your fingertips by your hips. We're going to brace into the belly, keep your low back kind of pushed down towards the mat. And then we're going to scoot your heels in towards you, extend the legs up to the sky, and then bring those straight legs down as far as you can while keeping that abdominal brace in. Go ahead, pull in, up, and then down. So here I'm placing my hand on my abdomen. This is really helpful to make sure that you keep that core connection, navel towards spine. You could also bring your hands around your waist, fingertips towards the navel, reminding you to pull your belly button in and up, and then thumbs around the back, reminding you to keep your low back pulled towards the mat. Awesome, almost there. And then let's bring it into some bridges. So my favorite part of Pilates is kind of changing the trajectory. Fingertips towards heels. Let's peel the back up from the mat. Good. So going into those hip bridges, really lift belly button back towards spine, hips up, squeezing into the glutes and hamstrings. Now imprint the back down towards the floor. So the second those abs start to feel a little bit of tightness and tension, a little bit of fatigue, we switch gears, now working into the posterior chain. So we give the abs a little bit of a break and we work into the opposite side of the body. Good. Really drive through the heels every time you peel your hips up from the floor. See if you can get just a little bit more length and extension along the hip crease. And then a little bit more tightness and tension into those hamstrings and glutes. You're doing so good. All right, let's hold this next one all the way up. Really tighten up, chest up, lengthen to the neck, and let's kind of drop one hip at a time. Good. I call this the sachet. It's really fantastic for that love muffin area right above the top of the hip, building strength and stability there. Go ahead, twisting out side to side, lowering one hip at a time. You might find you have limited range of motion there, and that's okay. We kind of work a little bit more each time we revisit this move, seeing if we can create a little bit more depth of movement, a little bit more range of motion each time. Awesome. Let's bring the hips all the way down to the floor. Tuck the heels in just a little bit closer, lift the heels up from the mat, and let's peel up. So again, navel towards spine, lengthen to the neck, fingertips reaching to heels, peel your hips up all the way to between the shoulders, and then imprint the back down to the mat, bone by bone. Good, let's do that again. Peel up, and then release back down to your mat. Good, lift, 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 and release. Good. Now, anytime you need, you can always revisit heels down towards the floor, but we're going to really try. We've only got that hip rock side to side after we finish up these. So if you can, try to challenge yourself to hold those heels up, really working into the calves and glutes. Good. Let's hold our next one up, really driving through the toes, hips up, belly button in, rocking side to side. Good. Pressing the head into the floor. You can look down through your eyebrows or kind of over the top of the nose, but otherwise keep that length into the neck as you rock the hips side to side. Last 3. Last 2. Last one each side. You've got it, you've got it, you've got it. And then imprint all the way back down towards your mat. So good. Fingertips up to temples, heels up or heels down. You can also bring your hands around the back of the head, cradling the head. Let's just take your right knee in and then extend that right leg all the way out. Go ahead, fold the knee in. Go ahead, single leg stretch with bent knee. Just a light elevation into the head, neck, and then shoulders. Keeping the low back pressed towards the mat, keeping the abdomen pulled up and in, and then just looking up towards the sky. Good. Now the next one, let's add a twist. Good. Going into our single side crisscross, elbow towards knee. Exhaling as you twist, bringing navel towards spine, working into those outer obliques. Continue just a few more on this side. Awesome. Reset. Left leg in and out. Good. Now, every time you tuck the knee in, try to bring it in a little bit closer. Exhale as you bring it in. Inhale as you release, but keep your core connection. So still pulling rib cage towards hips, still threading navel back towards spine. Let's add our twist. Good. So right elbow, left knee. Good. Now we're making sure we're not pulling on the neck. We're just adding that twist. So the head is in control. You're pushing your head into your hands if your hands are laced behind the head. Awesome. Let's bring it all the way back down. Both knees tucked in towards you. Let's extend one leg at a time. Good. Now here you could have your head up, or you can follow along with me, head down for the first 4 on each side. It's going to allow you to give your neck a little bit of a break. And then when and if you're ready, you can bring your head back up from the floor, extending one leg at a time, going for the next 4 on each side. 2, 1 more each side. And now let's add that twist. Elbow towards knee, back in center, elbow towards knee, back in center. Good. Now you could lower your head down in between each twist to give your neck a little bit of a break again, or you can keep it up, whatever feels best for you. Good. We're still exhaling as we twist side to side, getting that transverse, that underneath layer of the abs. Let's try to lift up just a little bit higher for the next few. Lift, 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 and extend. Lift, 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 and extend. And rest, reaching the fingertips all the way out to the toes. Make this the best stretch you've had so far all day. And then slowly V or T your arms out to the sides. Let's take your right leg up to the sky, toes pointed, and go into our single leg circles. Good. So I like to start these out nice and slow, kind of checking in with the hip. And then when and if you're ready, you can take the top part kind of slow and then sweep the lower edge of your circle kind of quicker, gaining momentum and then control at the top. Good. Again, you can take your hand onto your abs to remind you to keep that imprint, that navel towards spine, and low back pressure towards the mat. Let's bring those circles around the other way. Good. Trying to keep your shoulders cemented to the mat. Let's do 4 more on this side. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Leg all the way down to the mat. Let's do the same on the left side. Bring that toe all the way up to the sky. Extend from hips to toes. And then circle all the way around. Trying to keep the body cemented to the floor as you circle. Let's do 4 more in this direction. 3, 2, 1, and change. Other way. Sweeping the leg down, around, and up. Good. Keep length into that leg from hips all the way out to toes. Trying to unfold the back of the knee as much as feels good for you. Almost there. And rest. Again, another big stretch from fingertips all the way down to your toes. All right, V or T the leg, arms out to the side, legs come in towards you. Extend those legs all the way up to the sky. Double leg circles. Reach, and then bring it back into center. Let's switch direction. Good. Now here, really trying to keep the shoulders down. Really trying to keep the abs braced. Good. So you are in control. Body cemented to the floor, and we're just twisting all the way along through those legs, heel to heel together like steel, squeezing the backs of the legs together. So they're moving kind of like a pencil, tracing a circle around the ceiling. Awesome. Last one. And let's bring the legs down into a butterfly or bound angle position. Navel in, fingertips between the knees, lift up and release back down. Exhale as you rise up and release back down. Good. Let's do a few more like that. Reach and release. Lift and lower. All right, let's change our tempo just a little bit. Next one, let's come up, do some pulses. Lift, 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 lift. And let's do 24 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. One more round of 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. Awesome. Hands reach out towards the knees, shift side to side. Good. Again, dialing into those outer edges of the torso. Good. A little bit of the shift of the knee towards the shoulder as you reach side to side. Good. Almost like you're trying to touch your toes. Looking out towards the fingertips, trying to get a little bit more length and extension each time we reach. Awesome. Bring the legs out nice and wide. Reach the fingertips up overhead. Pull the belly in and down. Thread the ribcage towards the hips. Press your heels into the floor. Reach forward and then slowly peel your back up from the floor. Peel, 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 peel. Reach the arms out to each side and let's go into our saw. Exhale, twist, and then reach towards that pinky toe. Go ahead, inhale, lift and extend, fingertip to fingertip, twist and reach. Go ahead, back up into center, lengthen extension from crown to hips, and then twist and reach. Outer edge of the foot. Good. So your saw may come more towards the outer edge of the thigh, maybe more towards the outer edge of the calf, and that's okay. We're all working with different ranges of motion. What I want you to focus on is really getting that twist along the thoracic. So we've been working on that kind of all through this class today, and we want to make sure we kind of press the back shoulder towards the back of the room. And we press the front shoulder towards the front. So the shoulder that is reaching towards the pinky toe, we try to get as much length and extension towards the front of the room. And the arm that is reaching back, we try to bring it all the way back. Okay, just going to whatever range of motion is feeling good for you. You're almost there. And now we stretch into the middle. Y'all, we made it. This is the very home stretch. Just a few light stretches to take us on our way. But you have completed this fantastically challenging side abdominal workout. Let's go ahead, reach our right hand towards our left leg, left arm up and over, reaching out towards the toes. A few more deep breaths towards this side. And then twist along the torso, looking back over that left shoulder. Inhale to transition. Let's reach over to the other toes. Right arm up and over. Feel that stretch along the outer edge of the trunk from your shoulder all the way down to your hip. Then take that arm back behind you. Nice twist. Length from crown all the way down to your hips. Relax the shoulders down from the ears. Good. One more deep breath in and out. Come into whatever seated position you prefer. Big deep breath all the way up to the sky. Lengthen, maybe taking one wrist at a time, reaching it side to side, and then bring those arms down halfway because you got to give yourself a big hug after all that hard work. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Take care, be well, and I'll see you next time.